Good morning. I thought I'd take you guys on a little garden tour. So, I don't even know where I want to start. But this sunflower plant, I am freaking gaga about at the moment because it's got blooms on every leaf now, like just about. Like at least almost a dozen of them. Like it's gonna have a dozen sunflowers. Oh my goodness. So there's a lot going on. I just kind of self-seed a lot of stuff. I started a lot of tomatoes inside. I tried to start some herbs inside and stuff. But there's a few things I want to work on soon. So the lamb's ear, I'm going to go through and I want to separate that. And so I don't know if you can tell, but I'm kind of a chaos gardener. So right here is a jungle of things. So we've got a gourd. I'm really worried about cross-pollinating this year, but hopefully try not to stress the things that we cannot control, and that doesn't happen because what hasn't happened? Because we got squash right here. We've got a few squash plants in here. So this is like one of the gourds coming up, and there's another gourd about to come up down here. And we got some cucumbers that are looking pretty happy. So hopefully they stay strong and come through for us. I've noticed one so far that fell off. So they weren't getting pollinated, so I was almost tempted to start self-pollinating. But I didn't come out here with a Q-tip because it's been raining and it was just stressing me out. Look, we got a sunflower about to bloom. So I did not label a lot of my plants, but we got some nasturtiums coming in with this squash. They don't look too happy. It looks like they got pollinator or maybe some of that mildew stuff. I need to figure out how to handle that shit. We got a purple green bean coming in down there. Let's see if I can zoom in. Right there. I've gotten to harvest 3 or 4 green beans. I'm trying to grow ginger. Obviously, keyword trying. I read somewhere, we use sand over like topsoil. I see a little bit of new growth on that one, but they look like they're getting wonky. So we'll see what happens. I have another huge organic ginger root inside, but so this is a mustard. I didn't know it was a mustard. I thought it was like a broccoli. That's like a broccoli, but my app says it's a mustard also. But my app says that my mint is catnip too. So we're a little disappointed. But all above. Sorry, Mom. I got your sweater as a lawn ornament. At the moment, I got a little hot out here the other day. So here's some more peas. We got potatoes in there too. I don't know if you can tell, but those are potatoes that I decided to grow in there for who knows why reason. There is a tomato in there, so don't hate me. You guys that want to judge me for growing a tomato next to my cucumbers. I want to hear it if you do. How do you feel about that situation? This is my first year hearing about that. I don't have much spinach. These peas I started on Good Friday. Because last year somebody told me to start peas on Good Friday, and I wonder why they didn't get that big. Has anybody ever grown calendula before? I'm super stoked. I've got quite a few of them coming up. And I got chamomile right there. And then my dill is falling over because we've gotten a lot of rain. I need to harvest some. I'm still not quite sure what this is, that guy, but I believe he's gonna flower, from what I can tell. My starry sky hibiscus is doing awesome. I started some pineapple sage from seed and garden sage from seed. Hopefully they do okay. Hopefully they don't get mad at each other. This is where I got those tiny carrots from. There's still carrots in there. Where I was thinning out my carrots and everybody want to talk about my around the country. But here is my carrot that's not a wild carrot, you guys. This is a real carrot from the store that is stuck in the ground, and it's about to seed and stop. It's about to flower. It's about to seed and flower. And when you go over there, I need to show you guys those. Hold on. Squirrel, my marshmallow plant is oh my gosh, you're doing amazing this year. I'm so proud of you. I did give it a good haircut though. Strawberries from Ohio. And my zinnias. And Easter lilies. And I got some more flowers about to bloom over here. I forget what they are. I'm sorry, I need to look it up. But they're right next to black-eyed Susans. Strawberries. And look at my zinnias. I brought my scissors so we can cut these two and take them inside. And so I believe I planted these on Good Friday too. Good Friday I just went ham like a fairy princess and just sprinkled seeds everywhere. It was so much fun. So now we're in the garden with the peas that I'm so proud of. We got the tomatoes that are about to be as tall as the peas. So these are cherry tomatoes. I wish I could make like a trellis for them to kind of go like up and over to where the peas are kind of thing. Or we're going to have to figure out what we're going to do. Because they're going to go crazy. So I used to pick all the suckers off. And now I'm not going to pick all the suckers off. I'm going to start picking off like every 3 suckers. And I grew corn again. But it's pretty short still. I wish it was taller. So this year, this is the only corn that I bought from Ace Hardware. Get really good deals on the seeds. But this is all the seeds I got this year. I think it was 1/4 of an ounce or whatever. And so, yeah. After this batch of corn, I think I'm just gonna go and buy like regular cheap corn. And because we mainly just use it for the animals anyways. So I think it'd be best to go and just get like little popcorn corn. And I got squash and I've got onions and all kinds of good stuff over here. And then the tomatoes have carrots. They have a little bit of the lemon balm. I've got lemon balm in there. I've got a few other herbs in there. I'm having a brain fart, forgive me. There's some cilantros. There's plenty of carrots. There's ground cherries. There's like a wild native plant that's kind of like a tomato. I'm trying to get those going, and I want to fill up this tree line over here with all these blackberries and kudzus. I want to get rid of those kudzus, and I would love to get more native plants over there. So once echinacea gets established, it grows very well every year. I've got goldenrod already in there. So the best way for me to, I feel like, to clean a lot of that out is by pulling things by hand or digging it up by hand. So that means I can't pull out that persimmon tree right here. That makes me excited. I make sure I try to keep an eye out for these trees and let them grow as much as I want to, but I need to tame all those kudzus before they decide to get to my banana, and it would help the banana get more sun too. So I can till like some of this up, because I'm not too worried about too many of these blackberries, but I could still pull all them out by hand too, if I wanted to transplant. I'm super stoked. These guys are about to bloom. I'm going to have 4 of them this year. They only do like 1 bloom a season. And so I'm super stoked about having multiples of those. So over here we have wild carrots. My daisies I planted last coming up. And then we planted these really early and they're still doing great. So I'm super stoked about that. Oh look, we actually might have some little babies coming up next to that one. I don't know what those are. They only have like 1 leaf each. There's Rue. I was hoping this guy would do a lot better this year. And some more daisies. I need to figure out what kind of daisies those are. And cucumbers. And there's a tiny sunflower. And it absolutely does not have to be perfect, you guys. Like, I threw some chai seeds in there with my pineapple. They're finally coming up. There's watermelon coming out of the Fisher-Price toy box, and cucumbers. I've got peas out here. This one's going to be a crazy one. I feel bad for this one. Because we got a tomato plant, we've got peas, we've got a cucumber. And we got dill down here. And so what I did was I trimmed back some of these a little bit because I thought about pulling one, but then I was like, no, don't do it. And so I trimmed it back a little bit. So these are beans. They're not really peas. Sorry, they're beans. They look like they might make peas. Then we got another gourd. And we got a little tomato that doesn't seem like it's taken off too great, but it's there. My little lettuce factory. Some big sunflowers. Not like the first one I showed you guys. And we got some more beans. Look how big these ones are. That guy is. Plural. And so it looks like there's bugs on it. So whenever I see this, I just like pinch it because there's usually a bug in there. Yeah, they were. Anywho, here's the aloe. It got a little frostbite this year, but it's doing okay. I transplanted some mullein. I found mullein. I was so excited. It grows like crazy in Colorado, but I can't find it here like I can in Colorado. I'm so excited. Hopefully I get enough seeds, and hopefully I'd rather leave it alone and let it do its thing. Hopefully get more of them. So this garden, our very first garden, it's been a little dull. It's so far away, and that's why I decided I had to move it. But we do got a new asparagus shoot coming up. I do need to give this side a lot more attention, because I'm like sad there hasn't been more asparagus shoots coming up. But it did seed this year, so we got little ornaments hanging from the asparagus tree. It's so cute. We got some wild carrots over here. And this is my other marshmallow plant. It's not doing near as good as the other one, as you can tell. Our very first transplant of honeysuckles are like, I need a haircut. Because they are literally, I don't know, 10, 12 foot long. Taking over this whole part of the fence. They smelled amazing last week and the week before. I haven't smelled them lately because I'm all clogged up. But they even starting to climb the tree a little bit right here. I hope that they can continue to do that. I want to move this tree. I hate to say, but I want more sunlight over here too. But if you guys have any questions, I'm sure I forgot a few things, but I'm not too worried about it at the moment. We'll try and... Oh, I totally forgot about the sweet potato garden and the golden potatoes. I had to delete a bunch of memory for this video. Alright, let's go on a little walk. I can't believe I forgot about this side. So this over here, I've got calendula about to bloom, and my teepee. I did a bamboo stick with a bunch of strings going down. We got peas coming up around it, and cucumbers and all kinds of different flowers. But, well, we are zoomed in. But over here we have my oregano pot. I moved it over here and stuff on my front porch. We got the black heart sweet potatoes that are doing really well. And then I started a sweet potato inside on Valentine's Day. And I've got at least 8 sprouts inside, and I brought 3 of them out here. So we've gotten 10 sprouts probably about off of that guy. Over here we've got a tomato that's getting pretty tall, and then we got some squash. I had tomatoes coming up through here, and then I got a, whatchamacallit, you know what this is, the marigold. So these are cane marigolds, so they get really stinking tall. So this tomato, I accidentally cut the main stem. I can't believe I did that. So I just left it alone. I couldn't decide if I want to replace it, because I still have extra tomato plants I need to plant. One of the dogs got in here and dug up. Before the rain on the new moon, I planted a bunch more herbs and I think a few wildflowers, but none of the wildflowers are coming up. I've seen some of the herbs. I got cilantros over here I recently harvested. I need to clean up. Some more cilantros. And my golden potatoes are about ready. I wanted to harvest them this weekend because the middle section is ready. But the outer 2 sections aren't ready. But this section right here, this very front, this jungle, this guy, all coming from there. I started it, I don't know what to call it. Sorry, this potato started on Good Friday. And then these ones I did on Valentine's Day. So I haven't noticed any flower blooms though, so I'm a little confused, but they're turning brown and yellow. So it's gonna be my fellow and see if it grows. So I've got a little, I don't know what these are, I need to look it up, but I love them. They bloom in the morning. That's right between 2 potatoes. So what I did with these guys was this one started right there, and I bent it and put it underneath some fresh dirt and compost, and then so that way it can create stronger root systems. I didn't do it with that one because I wanted to make a video and I never did. But it looks like we need to transplant some because some of these guys aren't doing much. So we'll see what happens. And look at this gourd. It's a happy gourd. So this is all the compost I did last year. Not all of it, but I just scooped it all into there. And then I just planted a bunch of random stuff. There's some potatoes, there's gourds, there's the calendula, there's 2 of them. I forget what this guy is. I think it's burdock or something. I don't know what that is. But it doesn't look like it's liking this heat. Or maybe it got too much water with all that rain because those leaves feel thick. I'm sorry, I forget what these are too. I know I picked these last year and I kicked myself after picking them because I noticed that one bloomed. So I'm trying to do better this year. I still didn't label my plants. But again, it does not have to be perfect, especially if you live in a jungle of woods as it is. Like, what can you do, you know, when you have a 10-foot wild lettuce? Isn't that crazy? This is like a regular size, I think. They usually get pretty tall, but I've never seen one get that tall. Same with the pokeweed I have in the pig pen. It is tall. I'm glad Cookie stays away from it, but the chickens love the berries, and I don't know how they're going to get the berries. We have some more Queen Anne's lace. She's got the furry legs. She's got hairy legs. That's how you know it's not the poisonous, I forget what it's called. And then she does the umbrella thing, and she's got her little skirt. And then I got some black-eyed Susans about to take over here. Which I don't mind at all. I think that'll be really nice to have some bunch of black-eyed Susans. I need to clear out these little blackberry vines. I usually pull those by root. And then over here, this gourd is doing really good. That one I started indoors and transplanted. I heard that gourds don't like to be transplanted, so I was worried, but he's doing awesome. And then I've got some watermelon and squash, which the watermelon reminds me. Yeah, I did show you guys the garden with the huge watermelon. This is pokeweed. So it's a toxic plant, but it's also edible if it's prepared properly. So just be careful with that guy if you want to grow him. But yeah, the calendula is about to bloom. We got some squash inside the teepee, and then we got some more squash. There's wildflowers in there too. Some more squash. I'm not sure what this guy is, but I thought it was pretty, so I couldn't take it out. Lemon balm, brain fart. I forget what this guy is again. I mentioned him at the beginning of the video. I think these are ground cherries, but don't quote me. It looks more like lemon balm to me. That's why I called it lemon balm over here. Forgive me, I need to double check. And I believe this is some kind of flower too, so we need to figure out what kind of flower that is. I would love to find some wild violets. So this looks like a pea. Yes, that's a pea. Here's some cucumbers. I'm really hoping they will take off and just like cover this whole teepee. So I'm adding some wood around it, and then I'm gonna like get some more fresh compost because I didn't till it very well and compost it very well before I gardened it. So next year when I do it, it'll do twice as better. But we have to wait until then. And then over here, I'm trying to propagate. I wish I remember the name of them. Of course, I can't remember. I just looked it up yesterday. A few things. So I got him in there, her in there. It blooms really pretty, and it's like a historic flower. It came from a historic society plant my friend has in her yard. And then a tomato. It looks like something's chewing on. Make sure we're not going to break the wrong stinking stem again. Look, there's no leaves on it. Alright, that was our garden tour for now. Today is actually, what is today? May 19th? So we shall see what comes in the next few months. But please tag me in any of your garden updates. If you guys are gardening, I'd love to see. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Have fun. You never know what will happen. And each year that we garden, I believe the soil gets a little bit more better and better. So Just make sure you fertilize, prune, take away any suckers if needed. But thanks for watching and have a beautiful, blessed day. And I'll see you next time. Let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything specific you want to see also. I would love to hear. Look who's coming to say hi to us.